Okay, I'm putting together my rabbit cage here, and I got an assistant here. Bella's helping me out. These are 54 inches long, 24 inches wide, I think is what it is. But so it's quite a bit bigger than most people's cages. So what I'm planning on doing, I put one together full size to use for grow out pen. And I might do two for grow out pens. So right now though, there's some 6-week-old chicks that are gonna go in here tonight yet. So that's what but I'm gonna use it as a grow out pen. But this is what's going on now. What I did is I used regular hog rings here. I only put like 6 of them there. Here's a stainless steel one. Then I bent over these edges. If you look here, they kind of sit inside each other. And then I put the hog rings about every 10 inches apart or so. And I did that all over. And now I found when I bend these together, it also holds them together. So I'm only having to use a few hog rings and bend those over like that, and it works great. And let me show you what I do here at the end. I've been just taking a pair of pliers like this and bending them over like that. That's all I've been doing. Something also, when you grab these little tabs like this, see how the cage comes together here? When you grab these, if you put it all the way to the end, it kind of helps pull it together a little bit more as you're bending them. And that's what I've been doing. If you bend them too far, it is metal and it's going to break. So I don't want to do that. I want to use the tabs. And see, it pulls them, it snugs it up pretty good. In fact, when it snugs it up tight enough, I have to go back and tighten these hog rings up. I've been using another pair of pliers for that. And I wish that I could say there's an easier way to do it, but there's just not. When I used the metal, it took some of the paint off of these, and when I did it on the black ones, I had Walgreens has this black fingernail polish these kids are wearing nowadays, and I was able to touch it up with a little black paint. Fingernail polish. I mean, they use it for cars when you get a little scratch. I read somewhere you dab a little paint on it and it keeps it from rusting up. So that's what I did. And that's what I'll try to do with this too. I'll go get me a little bottle of fingernail polish and do it. But anyway, hopefully before the night's out, I'll have those 6-week-old chickens in here. I like my panels. Now when I make the rabbit cages, I'm going to cut these down to about this far. About right in here. Because this is a little bit too tall for the rabbits. Although, it gives them room to, like, I can put a box in there they can climb on and stuff like that. But, I don't want to have to go through hell trying to get them out of there either. So too big of a cage, I'll be... have to have a net. By the way, when I got that black buck, the farmer that sold me that buck, he used this fish net, a long fish net with a long pole on it. Caught that rabbit. The rabbit jumped out the other side. I said, that's a good net you got there. So I stood there and tied his net for him. He's an old man and fixed his net and made little knots. But that rabbit just jumped, you know, he caught him and he jumped right out of it. It was funny to watch, but I cracked up. Okay, here's my rabbit cage. I'm pretty much done with it. Well, one of them. It's sitting outside. I got to sit and kind of cadoopus on this wheelbarrow because I don't like how big these holes are. See these holes? These holes are 1/2 inch by 3 inch. Now the buck I have inside the house right now, which has to come outside, his little toes fit through there. And I visualize a raccoon or something grabbing hold of those toes and yanking them off, and I ain't gonna have that. So this first cage that I've completed, I'm going to leave it like it is, but I'm putting chicken wire on the bottom of this, and I'm going to use it as a grow out pen. For right now, the 2 does are going to go in here for the next, at least the next week or so. But only because I need to get them out. They're both still in that first cage I made. I need to get them out of there, and it'll keep their little feet from falling through. But this is what I got going on right now, and I like this cage material. It's thick. I mean, it's a whole lot thicker than regular rabbit cage, you know, pet cage material. It's pretty heavy. And so anyway, that's what I'm doing right now, and I'll be back when I get the chicken wire.